Snark Squad.
Babes!
It is Thursday.
Thank God.
And the spiral. Oh, it is continuing.
It is a full-blown spiral tonight, honestly.
The sun is going down right now. The vibes are so cozy.
Crazy.
And babes, we are literally living for this weather. It is perfect.
It is that perfect twilight. Pour yourself a massive drink, get under a blanket kind of weather.
Exactly. But before we get into the recap, we need to talk about something really quick.
Okay, I'm scared.
Physics.
I'm sorry, what?
Physics, like the concept of physics.
Like science.
Yeah. Do we believe in it?
Do we believe in physics?
Hear me out, hear me out.
I am listening, but I am judging.
I just feel like, okay, yes, obviously gravity is a thing. I drop my phone, it shatters on the floor, I get that. But like, quantum physics, string theory. Babes, I feel like half of it is just vibes and delusion.
You think string theory is just vibes?
I think scientists just got together and started making things up because they were bored. Like, oh, there are parallel universes where I'm, I don't know, a brunette who doesn't watch reality TV. Sure, Jan.
Honestly, wait. I kind of love this unhinged reasoning because whenever they try to explain dark matter to me, it really does just sound like a plot point from a Marvel movie. It's giving very much, we don't know how to fill this plot hole, so let's just say dark matter did it.
Literally, it's the ultimate reality TV producer manipulation. Like, oh, we need drama. Boom, quantum entanglement.
Completely delusional. I love it. I am officially a physics denier as of this Thursday evening.
Thank you. Because it actually reminds me of a major throwback. When I was younger, I used to stay home from school and watch Montel.
Oh my gosh, Montel. The absolute golden era of daytime television.
Right, and the psychics on that show. Sylvia Brown, babes, it was so entertaining.
The long nails.
Yeah.
The dramatic closing of the eyes.
Yes. But looking back, were they legit? Or were they just the ultimate con artists? Because I used to sit there like, wow, she really knows that this woman's uncle had a dog named Buster.
I mean, the skepticism is so real now.
Yeah.
Like, of course she knew. They do cold reading. They're just like, I'm sensing a letter M. And someone in the audience is like, my mom's name is Mary. And the psychic is like, exactly. Mary is here with us.
It's the original grift. But at the same time, some of those iconic moments, I'm like, wait, how did she know that highly specific, completely wild prediction? Like, part of me wants to believe in the delusion.
Oh, I fully want to believe in the delusion. I want a psychic to tell me I'm going to win the lottery and meet a reality TV star tomorrow. I don't care if it's a con. Just lie to me and make me feel good.
Right. Lie to me beautifully. Which, speaking of grifts and lying beautifully, let's have a little side hustle chat.
Oh, no. Where are we going with this?
I was thinking TikTok shop.
Absolutely not. No. Stop it right now.
But Danielle, I mean, babes, listen to me. It looks so easy. People are just selling little plastic trinkets and making thousands of dollars.
You want to be a drop shipper. You, a medical professional, want to drop ship cheap phone cases on the internet.
Well, when you say it like that, it sounds bad. But the drop shipping dreams are so real. Like, online hustle culture is constantly screaming at us that if we don't have 5 streams of income, we are failing.
Okay, but reality check. Let's really look at our lives right now. Do we even have time for a side hustle?
Probably not.
Definitely not. We are literally dentists by day. We are scraping plaque off of people's teeth for 8 hours. And then we are podcasters. We are recording these deep dives for hours. And in between all of that, we are constantly spiraling about Bravo and Apple TV dramas.
We do spiral a lot. That takes up a solid 4 hours of my day.
Exactly. The spiraling is a full-time job.
Yeah.
When are you going to be fulfilling TikTok shop orders?
You're so right. It's just the delusion creeping in again. It's like the ultimate life spiral, which makes me think about kids.
Oh, wow. We are pivoting hard tonight.
No, but seriously, if we don't have time to mail a package from a TikTok shop, when would we even have time for children?
Literally never. I salute the parents out there. Honestly, cheers to the moms.
Cheers to the moms.
Cheers to the dads.
And cheers to the knowns. Because the knowns, meaning us, are holding down the couch-rotting reality TV culture, and that is important work.
Vital work for the culture. We are providing a service.
We really are. But okay, before we get into the actual episode, I have to do a quick product review moment because I am so mad.
Oh, the perfume. I know exactly what you're going to say.
The Okja perfume. Babes, we tried it before, right? And we didn't love it.
We hated it. It smelled like rubbing alcohol and broken promises.
Literally. But then I saw another TikTok, and I let myself get influenced again. I was like, maybe I got a bad batch. Maybe this new scent is the one.
You fell for the grift.
I fell for the grift. I bought it again, and guess what? Still a no. It is an absolute no.
Is it the scents or the longevity? Or just the overall vibe?
It's all of it. The scent is harsh, the longevity is like 20 minutes, and it's just pure disappointment. I am so mad at myself for getting influenced again.
You have to stop trusting people on the internet who are getting paid to tell you something smells like Baccarat Rouge when it actually smells like a hospital floor.
I need an intervention. But you know what didn't disappoint me tonight?
Please tell me it's what I think it is.
The food check. Babes, I ordered lobster mac and cheese.
Oh my God, yes. The elite comfort food energy. That is exactly what a Thursday night requires.
It is so indulgent. The flavors, insane. The richness, I can feel my arteries clogging, and I literally do not care.
It's luxury. It's giving Nancy Hennessy throwing a catered party, which honestly is the perfect transition.
Oh, wow. Look at you with the flawless pivot. Yes, we need to get into this recap because I am dying, literally dying to tell you guys what happened.
Imperfect Women. Season 1, Episode 4. The Nancy episode. We finally get to see inside this woman's head.
Snark Squad, this episode is everything. For 3 episodes, we have been watching Nancy from the outside. We saw her through Eleanor's messy, grieving perspective. We saw the perfect outfits, the perfect house, the perfect husband, and we were all wondering who killed the woman who had it all.
But this episode flips the entire script. It puts us right inside Nancy's final New Year's Eve party. And suddenly, it's not a murder mystery anymore. It's a psychological horror show.
It is so dark. I was watching this and eating my lobster mac, just clutching my pearls.
Yeah.
So let's break this down. Segment 1, mess versus mystery. Because we really need to talk about what is intentional chaos and what is accidental in Nancy's life.
Okay, so the New Year's party. She's hosted this party for 18 years. It's supposed to be the crown jewel of the Hennessy family's social calendar. It's her masterpiece, right?
Right. On paper, it's a triumph.
But when we actually see it from her perspective, the opulence doesn't feel like a flex. It feels like she's trapped in a defensive perimeter. The vibes are so off from the second the party starts.
The anxiety was radiating through my screen. You would think a woman throwing a lavish party in her own massive mansion would be floating around like Lisa Vanderpump, just holding court and being fabulous.
Exactly, just carrying a tiny dog and judging everyone.
But no, Nancy is walking around her own home like an imposter who is terrified. She's about to be exposed. She is micromanaging the floral arrangements. She's stressing over the catering, and not with boss energy, with like terrified employee energy.
It's the difference between ownership and management. She doesn't have the effortless entitlement of a rich reality star. She acts like she's on shift.
Yeah.
And that scene with the bartender, oh my God.
Babes, the bartender. I would have thrown my drink at his face. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so early in the night, Nancy notices this hired bartender has set up his station in the wrong corner. A tiny detail. She walks over, very politely, to just correct him and ask him to move it.
In her own living room.
Right. And he doesn't just ignore her, he fully dismisses her. He rolls his eyes, tells her to go find the event coordinator if she has a problem, and then complains to her about the Hennessy's being too particular.
He had absolutely no idea he was speaking to the host of the party, the lady of the house.
He essentially shooed her away like a pesky guest. The humiliation.
The absolute disrespect, but it also perfectly encapsulates the entire mess of her life. She's completely invisible in the world she built. And it made me pause and think, like, is Nancy a victim of this wealthy family's coldness? Or is she totally complicit in maintaining an illusion she knows is fake? Like, she built a beautifully decorated cake, but it's completely hollow inside.
That is the ultimate question. Why does she stay? If she still feels like a fraud after 18 years of marriage to Robert, why endure the constant rejection? And that leads us perfectly into segment 2. Who do we trust? Because to understand why she stays, we have to look at what she was running away from.
The flashbacks. Oh my gosh, you guys. Trigger warning for the entire childhood sequence because it is so incredibly dark.
It is devastating. We finally see her past. And it's not just that she grew up poor. It is foundational, horrific trauma.
We meet her mother's boyfriend, Scott. He sexually abused Nancy when she was a child. But the way the show handles it, the psychological layer they add, is so sick.
Because it wasn't just abuse. Scott paid for her ballet classes. He funded her dream. He tied her survival and her talent directly to his violence.
Right. So she learns this twisted concept of transactional love. She learns that if you want nice things, if you want security, if you want to dance, you have to pay for it with your body and your silence.
Exactly. A healthy kid learns that love and safety are just given to them unconditionally. Nancy learned that safety is a commodity you have to buy through suffering.
Which it completely changes how we look at her marriage to Robert. When I first started the show, I was like, oh, she's a social climber. She married a rich guy, got bored, had an affair. Very Real Housewives.
Same. I thought it was just a classic boredom trope.
But when you realize she views everything as a transaction, her marriage isn't a gold-digging scheme, it's a survival strategy. She thinks she has to constantly earn her place in that big house by throwing the perfect party, by looking flawless, by taking his family's crap. She thinks that's the price of the ticket.
It's so sad. And the worst part isn't even Scott. The worst part is her mother, Patty.
Patty. Babes, if we are doing a reality TV villain ranking, Patty is at the very bottom of hell.
Truly. When Patty finds out about Scott abusing Nancy, she doesn't protect her daughter. She gets jealous. She blames Nancy for stealing her man.
I was screaming at the TV. I was so angry.
And then, in a drunken rage, Patty throws Nancy into the car, screams at her, and intentionally drives the car straight into a brick wall.
She tried to murder her own child. She dies in the crash, and Nancy survives with these physical scars, but honestly, the emotional damage is so much worse. How do you ever trust anyone when the person who gave birth to you tries to annihilate you?
You don't. You fracture. You build a giant, shiny fortress of wealth and status to hide the terrified little girl inside. But the trauma always leaks out.
It literally stalks her. Wait, Snark Squad, did you guys catch this detail? Because when I saw it on the Reddit thread, my jaw dropped.
The funeral scene from episode 1.
Yes. In episode 1, Eleanor is looking around Nancy's funeral, and she sees this random guy in jeans lurking in the back. We had no idea who it was.
It was Scott.
It was Scott. The abusive stepfather was at her funeral. The past was literally standing at her grave.
It's chilling. It means she never actually escaped him. And it makes that line she said to Mary earlier in the season so much heavier. Remember when Nancy told Mary she was the mother she never had?
Yes, and at the time I thought it was just kind of sweet, maybe a little clingy. But now, oh my God, she was desperately projecting this maternal void onto her friend. She was trying to extract safety from Mary because Patty literally tried to kill her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which makes the entire dynamic of the show so volatile. And let's get into segment 3, main character energy, because the present-day drama at this party is just as toxic as the flashbacks.
Oh, who is actually driving the chaos in the Hennessy family? Let's talk about Robert, because he's giving us absolutely nothing but dysfunction.
The loving indifference they supposedly share, yeah, that's gone. It is just outright hostility now. He is hiding in his office, drinking, complaining about how much the party costs.
Nancy goes in there and she tries to connect with him physically because, again, transactional love, that's her currency. She offers her body to try and fix the connection.
And he rejects her. He physically cannot perform. The erectile dysfunction in that scene is such a massive metaphor.
All right, because the transaction is broken. He doesn't want to buy what she's selling anymore. And once that connection is severed, his family immediately swoops in like vultures to ice her out.
Enter Harlan, the wealth manager.
Harlan, I hate him so much.
He is the absolute worst. So Nancy knows something is shifting. She asks Harlan a very basic question about Robert's business trip to New York.
And Harlan stonewalls her. But he doesn't just stonewall her, he is so smug about it. And the audacity of this man, he is literally sleeping with his 25-year-old secretary. Nancy knows it. Everyone knows it.
Right, he's a total hypocrite.
And he looks Nancy in the eye and basically tells her, I am not going to mess up my bag by giving you information about your own husband's finances.
It is classic wealth hoarding behavior. The wealth manager's job isn't to protect the wife. It's to protect the estate from the outsider.
Well, then Robert's sister, Kit, comes over. And Kit is just nasty. She tells Nancy to stay out of family business and calls her transactional.
Which is a devastating blow because it hits exactly on Nancy's childhood trauma. Kit thinks she's just calling her a gold digger, but she is actually triggering the deepest wound Nancy has.
I get that, I really do. But I have to push back on Kit and Robert here, because I am so sick of these wealthy families acting morally superior on TV. They look down on Nancy for being transactional, but look at them. They communicate through lawyers, they use money to punish people, they hide assets. Aren't they the most transactional people of all?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But their transactions are polite. They call it estate planning instead of survival. They hate Nancy because her desperation is visible, and they prefer their ruthlessness to be hidden behind nice suits.
Well, Nancy gets her answer anyway because she snoops on Robert's laptop.
The email.
She finds the email from his lawyer. Subject line, separation of assets.
He was planning to divorce her the whole time.
He is letting her throw this massive party while he legally plots to strip her of everything. The betrayal is sick.
So now Nancy is in a complete freefall. Her husband is leaving her, the family is freezing her out, the money is going away, and her trauma is fully activated.
Mm.
Which brings us to segment 4. What are they hiding?
Yeah.
And the wildest theory of all, the slap.
Oh, the slap heard round the party. Babes, this was the moment I gasped out loud. My lobster mac literally fell off my fork.
It is the breaking point of the entire episode.
Yeah.
And it involves her teenage daughter, Cora.
So Cora is a typical bratty, rich teenager. She refuses to go to the fancy party, which, fine. But then she walks downstairs to leave with her friends, and Nancy sees her outfit.
They are dressed up for a theme party, and the theme is white trash.
They're wearing cheap clothes, smudged makeup, just completely mocking poverty like it's a funny Halloween costume.
And to a rich kid in L.A., it is just an edgy aesthetic. But to Nancy, it is a visceral, violent reminder of the exact environment where she was abused and almost killed.
All her psychological threads snap at once. The trauma response completely takes over. She walks right up to Cora and slaps her across the face in front of everyone.
Hard. Like, it was a heavy hit. The silence in that room was deafening.
It was so shocking, and it's this tragic realization that Nancy just repeated the cycle. She spent her whole life running from Patty, trying not to be her mother, and in one triggered second, she became her. She used physical violence against her daughter.
And Robert uses it instantly. He doesn't comfort Cora. He steps in, blocks Nancy from apologizing, and says she will remember this forever.
He is so manipulative. He knew he needed ammo for the divorce, and Nancy just handed him full custody on a silver platter. He weaponized her breakdown immediately.
Totally. Now, the reaction online to this slap was insane. I was reading the pay or wait YouTube reviews, and the comments were a war zone.
Oh, the gentle parenting debate.
Yes. Because half the people were saying Nancy's an abusive monster who traumatized her kid, but the other half were saying, hold on, Cora has been wildly disrespectful this entire episode.
She literally told Nancy to get out of her own bedroom earlier in the day.
Exactly. So people were debating, like, in a lot of old school households, if a teenager talks to their mother like that and then walks downstairs in an offensive costume, they're getting slapped. Full stop.
It's such a cultural clash. And I'm not saying slapping your kid is right, obviously, but the level of entitlement Cora had was off the charts. But I have to ask this because I keep spiraling about it. Did Cora even know?
Know about Nancy's past.
Yeah. Like, did Cora know about Scott? Did she know her grandmother drove a car into a wall? The show makes it seem like Nancy hid her entire past to protect this perfect Hennessy illusion.
That's a really good point. She probably never told Cora a single thing about her childhood. The shame was too deep.
Right. So if you spend 18 years wrapping your child in this bubble of extreme wealth and you intentionally hide your trauma from them, can you really blame the kid for being ignorant? Cora wasn't trying to mock Nancy's specific trauma. She didn't even know it existed. She was walking through a minefield that Nancy refused to tell her was there.
Oh, that makes the tragedy so much worse. Cora is just standing there holding her face, completely confused about why her mother just assaulted her. And Nancy realizes she just destroyed the only pure relationship she had left.
She is so broken. She runs outside into the cold just to breathe. And that leads us to the final segment, segment 5. The David bombshell.
The twist that literally broke the internet.
Babes, the way Apple TV played us, they played us so hard.
So the entire mystery of the first 3 episodes was, who is the secret lover? Nancy told Eleanor she was going to meet a guy named David to end their affair on the night she was murdered. Finding David is the key to the whole case.
So during the party, Nancy gets into it with that rude bartender, right? And she demands his name so she can report him. And he sneers at her and says, "It's David."
The ultimate red herring.
I fell for it. I was pointing at my screen like, aha, it's the bartender. She's slumming it with the hired help to escape her rich husband. It's so Bravo. It's so Vanderpump Rules.
It fits the trope perfectly, and the show leans into it. Because later, bartender David comes outside, he gets all flirty with Nancy, apologizes for being rude, and literally asks her out for coffee.
But Nancy shuts him down. She's like, no, thank you. Sorry if I gave you the wrong impression. So boom, bartender David is off the board. He's just a guy with a coincidental name.
Which leaves us with like 10 minutes left in the episode and no suspects. Until the final scene.
Okay, we need to backtrack for a second to explain this. So earlier, Mary Nancy's supposed best friend tells Nancy that she and her husband Howard are struggling financially. Howard is a teacher, his hours got cut, things are bad.
Right, and Nancy, being Nancy, immediately offers to just write them a check.
Which Mary refuses because Mary has pride and doesn't want to be a charity case. But Nancy cannot accept no for an answer. She has that transactional mindset, like I have money, therefore I have to fix it.
So she goes behind Mary's back. She uses her power on the ballet board, calls up this executive named Phil, and forces him to offer Howard a consulting job for the new production of Ariadne.
But the craziest part? The ballet didn't have the budget for him. Nancy was secretly funneling her own personal money to pay Howard's salary. She was his secret sugar mama benefactor.
It is such a violation of boundaries. She completely stripped Mary and Howard of their autonomy.
So fast forward to the end of the party. The guests are gone. Nancy is standing outside, completely emotionally ruined from the slap in the divorce email, and Harry walks up to her.
Howard, played by the incredible Corey Stoll.
Yes. And Howard is buzzing. He's so happy because Phil officially offered him the ballet job. He wants to thank Nancy.
And then he tells her this little funny story about the meeting. He laughs and says, Phil is terrible with names. He kept calling me David all night.
Babes, I stopped breathing. I literally choked on my drink.
The puzzle pieces just snapping together in real time.
And Nancy doesn't even flinch. She chuckles and goes, oh, Phil has been calling me Louise for 5 years.
The chemistry in that moment, the intimacy, it wasn't just friendly banter. It was heavy.
Howard looks at her, and he gets this soft smile, and he tells her he actually loves the name Nancy. He says it has a whisper of dance to it.
A whisper of dance. That is a romantic line. That is a line a lover says to you, not your wife's best friend.
So he turns to walk away, steps into the dark, looks back over his shoulder, and jokingly calls her by her fake name. He says, "Good night, Louise."
And Nancy smiles, looks right at him and says,
"Good night, David."
I was screaming. The Snark Squad group chat was going crazy. Howard is David. David is an inside joke between Nancy and her best friend's husband.
It completely rewrites the entire show. The Reddit threads were taking major victory laps on this one. They were like, we told you. You don't cast a heavyweight actor like Corey Stoll just to stand in the background holding Elizabeth Moss's purse.
They were so right. But think about what this means for the murder mystery. It obliterates everything we thought we knew. Because if Howard is the secret lover, what about Mary? Exactly. We have to look at Mary's behavior since the murder. She has been the most unhinged, frantic person on the show. She's been pushing the police, yelling at Eleanor, acting completely manic about finding the killer.
What if it isn't grief? What if Mary found out that her supposed best friend, the woman who called her the mother she never had, was secretly bankrolling her husband and sleeping with him?
A crime of passion. The ultimate betrayal. That manic energy looks a lot like a cover-up or someone trying to control the investigation so the cops don't look at her or her husband.
But wait, Howard is a massive suspect too. Think about the timeline. Nancy told Eleanor she was meeting David to end the affair.
Right, so she goes to meet Howard to dump him.
Howard is already feeling emasculated because he lost his teaching hours. He's insecure. Imagine he shows up and his rich mistress dumps him. And then he finds out she's also the one secretly paying his ballet salary.
The humiliation. He would realize he wasn't hired because he was talented. He was bought. His pride would be completely destroyed. Did he snap and kill her?
It is so messy. The danger wasn't some random stalker. It was sitting in her living room, drinking her champagne, thanking her for a fake job.
It's the ultimate tragic irony. Nancy spent her whole life building this fortress of wealth to protect herself from the trauma of her childhood. But she brought the rot inside with her.
Her transactional marriage ended in a sterile email. Her unhealed trauma made her abuse her own daughter. And to escape the coldness of her life, she sought warmth in the most toxic, destructive place possible. Her best friend's husband's bed.
She tried to outrun Patty, but she couldn't. She sabotaged every genuine connection she had because she didn't know how to exist without chaos and transaction.
It is such a devastating portrait of a woman spiraling, literally spiraling until the very end.
A true full-blown spiral.
Which brings us to the end of tonight's recap. The cozy sunset vibes have fully transitioned into dark, delusional theories. My lobster mac is cold, but my tea is piping hot.
The perfect combination, honestly. Yeah. But we have to leave the Snark Squad with some questions to mull over before next week.
Yes. Okay, babes, we need you in the comments, in the reviews, everywhere. First of all, do we believe in psychics? Because I am still holding on to the Montel delusion.
Let us know if you have a psychic who can predict BravoCast changes, because I will pay them immediately.
Secondly, are side hustles worth it, or are we just collectively exhausting ourselves for TikTok shop pennies?
Protect your peace. Don't drop ship. That's my vote.
And finally, the biggest question of the night regarding Nancy. She kept the affair a secret from Mary. If she truly viewed Mary as her safe space, her maternal figure, why does she commit the ultimate betrayal against her? Was it a clumsy mistake for affection, or did Nancy subconsciously sleep with Howard to intentionally blow up the fake life she couldn't stand anymore?
Did she light the match on purpose? I think she did. But I want to hear what everyone else thinks.
Me too! Babes, what are you eating tonight? Let us know. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the Snark Side.
Send your submissions, your theories, your unhinged thoughts.
And send this deep dive to your most delusional bestie, because we all need someone to spiral with.
Thank you to the Snark Squad for always showing up.
Stay golden, stay spiraling, and we'll see you on the Snark Side.